Hey everybody, it's Doug from ZiiDMS software for power sports, motorcycle, and marine dealerships. And today I wanted to share some information with you regarding transferring a major unit or transferring a vehicle, new or used, boat package, whatever it may be, from one dealership to another within your organization. So for those multi-rooftop dealerships, how we can transfer a vehicle from one store to another, and with one of the key factors being how the accounting can keep track of all of the costs associated with this vehicle. So no matter what maybe has been done to this vehicle, maybe we took it in on trade, serviced it at one of our locations, did some repairs to it, maybe installed some accessories. It can be a new vehicle that maybe you've built for your showroom with parts and accessories added to it. Now all of a sudden we've got a customer interested in those vehicles over at a different location. We can transfer that vehicle over, and you'll always be able to have full transparency of what's been done to that vehicle, what parts have been installed, how much did that cost, what that cost factor is, and be able to see all of that pertaining to that vehicle. So it's not going to get lost in the wind because it got transferred over. The cost factor isn't going to all get balled into one number, and then you don't know why that number is. Why is it have that cost? What did we put on it? And how did that come about? So anyway, so let's dive into it. I'll show you here how we do this within ZiiDMS, and then you'll have a clear understanding at how this major unit transfer happens. And I've got an example that's got some charges right on this unit, so you'll be able to see what we do with service charges and so forth. So we're going to hop into major units under a major unit management. We can initiate a transfer here. We can also go into the major unit inventory record and initiate a transfer from there. So there's a couple different places we can do this transfer from. I already know my stock number, so I'm just going to hop in here. This is a used vehicle. I've had it in stock in the power sports store for one day, but you can see here the cost is $14,500 that we had involved in this used RZR. We took in on trade. But then sure enough, we had some charge to major unit costs here. So our service department did go ahead and service this vehicle, get it ready for our sales department. And when they did that, they did an oil change, got it ready for sales, and they've got a cost associated with that they charge to the cost of the vehicle, charge to the major unit. So we can see that we've got full transparency to see that repair order, see what those costs are. We also installed some LED whip lights on this vehicle. We did that as an installed component because we knew that in our market, those LED whip lights are going to help that vehicle sell. Everybody really likes those LED whip lights. They get a lot of attention, but we're going to charge the customer for those LED whip lights. It's going to be a front end charge along with that RZR. We don't want to just give them away. So the service department, went ahead and put those LED whip lights on for the sales department, but we can see those charges here as well. So we know we've got some installed charges, some cost to major unit charges, and then of course the cost of the vehicle itself. Now from this major unit record, I can initiate that transfer. And in this example, I'm going to transfer within my organization, and I'm going to send it over just to my marine store that I've got available here in my demo account. Typically just use any authorization number that you'd like. We've got the vehicle down here. You can see those charges itemized, and then we just hit complete. And that's all it takes within ZiiDMS to get that vehicle moved over to another rooftop. It will print out a little receipt here if you choose. You can have this transfer invoice printed out. We've got a record. We've got the VIN number here. Maybe we need to hand that off to our driver so he can go grab the right vehicle, get it loaded up, and take it over to the other store. But not necessary to do that. But in this particular situation, we've got that printed out. So now I'm going to hop right into my marine store. You can see I can hop into the other store because with the ZiiDMS, we can have multiple sessions open. We can do a lot of multitasking here. And I'm going to go into major unit management and just go to receive a transfer here. And then within my power sports store, I've got a couple transfers. Of course, this is the February 28th one here. I'm going to click on that, hit receive, hit complete, and I'm done. That vehicle is now in my marine store. Got another invoice we're going to print here, which really isn't necessary. But now that vehicle is in my marine store. It's ready to sell. I've got a customer over there that wants to take a look at it. I can now go ahead and put it on a major unit deal and so forth. But here's the catch. While that vehicle is now in my marine store, and you can see it's been in stock for one day, I can see that cost that we had, that trade-in value that we took of that vehicle, but I can still see the charge to major unit costs, and I can click on this invoice record and see that, yep, I had a service invoice where we did service to sell that vehicle and then some of the parts we had. So my other store is going to be able to see exactly what was done to that vehicle and what those charges are. And then they're also going to be able to see those installed charges, and that in fact we did put those LED whip lights on. They didn't come with the vehicle when it got traded in. we added those to them, and we're going to charge the customer for those LED whip lights when they purchase this razor. So full transparency of what happened to that vehicle. And even if this vehicle is at my marine store and then they decide to do some service to it, or they put some more accessories on it and it has to go back over, this can continue on and on and on. And we're always going to have full record of what happens to that vehicle within our organization, no matter which rooftop that service happens at, and no matter which rooftop it gets transferred to. On the accounting side, yes, there's been a intercompany clearing adjustment made for this vehicle as we transfer it. So there's no need to worry about anything in the accounting aspect either. That's all handled within ZiiDMS. We can just transfer the vehicle over to another rooftop, get started with a sale, get our guys to sell that vehicle, and move on forward from there. And the process is very simple, very easy, and we're ready to go. So hope you find that useful. Appreciate you taking the time to check out this demo with me today and this short little video about transferring a major unit from one rooftop to another. If we can help you out with further information about ZiiDMS, please feel free to reach out to any of our sales reps. Thanks again. Hope to see you soon.